This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. It is absolutely the worst of the worst in America who are being looked at by the January 6th Select Committee investigating the events of January 6th, the insurrection. And it is absolutely the worst of the worst of the worst who are choosing to not comply, filing lawsuits against the committee that are likely to go absolutely nowhere. And we can add Michael Flynn to that list. I'm going to read a little bit from this Huffington Post article. Michael Flynn sues to shield phone records from House panel investigating Capitol riot. The subpoena is an outrageous intrusion, the Trump ally claims in a lawsuit. Listen, if you did nothing wrong, I am an absolute respecter of our Constitution and our Bill of Rights and the Fourth Amendment right against unreasonable, unlawful searches and seizures. Period. There's not a but after that sentence. The House committee is not violating anyone's rights at all. You don't have a right to plan and execute an insurrection. I have a hair in my eye. You don't have a right to that. You don't have a right to overthrow the United States government. It doesn't matter if you're Michael Flynn. It doesn't matter if you're Alex Jones. It doesn't matter if you are Donald Trump. That's not baked into your rights. So when they investigate what went on and they issue a legally, lawfully issued subpoena to compel your testimony and document production, you will do so. Michael Flynn, a longtime advisor to former President Donald Trump, filed a lawsuit Tuesday against the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol in hopes of stopping it from obtaining his phone records. Because there's obviously something there, because if they were just looking for, if it was just calls to his family and Happy New Year, everybody, he wouldn't care. Yeah, go through my phone. The fact that he is filing a lawsuit and screaming and yelling. The same man, by the way, I'll remind you, the reason this is important is this is the same guy who tried to get Donald Trump to institute martial law and rerun the election. This is a man who sat on a stage and was asked by a questioner, why don't we do a Myanmar, I think the guy called it Myanmar because he's a dumb shit, but why don't we do a Myanmar-style military coup here in the United States and have the military take over? Remember this moment. Watch this.
I'm a simple Marine. I want to know why what happened in Myanmar can't happen here.
No reason. I mean, it should happen here. No reason. But that's right.
That guy wants his phone records secret. Doesn't want anybody looking into his communications in the lead up to the attempted overthrow of the United States government. Flynn's lawsuit, filed in a federal court in Florida, calls the subpoena for his phone records an outrageous intrusion into the private records of a cooperative witness. Yeah, you know how cooperative witnesses sue the committees that they're cooperating with. Super cooperative, Michael Flynn. And claims that without court intervention, he faces the harm of being irreparably and illegally coerced to produce information and testimony in violation of the law and his constitutional rights. The lawsuit also alleges that the committee has stubbornly refused to provide him clarification of the investigation's scope and terms. Just watch the news, bro. Come on. They haven't told me what this is all about. You know what it's all about. You were an organizer. You were an active participant, along with your brother up at the Pentagon. Flynn's lawsuit names House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat of California, in addition to the 13 members of the bipartisan committee, including the Republicans on the committee. Flynn, who advised Trump, here it is, Flynn, who advised Trump to declare martial law and force states to rerun the 2020 presidential election that Trump lost, is one of several of the former president's allies who've sued the January 6th committee over its pursuit of their phone records. Others include former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and attorney John Eastman, who helped Trump pressure then Vice President Mike Pence to overturn the 2020 presidential results. This, in large part, is an effort to stymie and slow to a halt, the progress of the investigation of the committee. Because if they can push this thing into 2022 in the midterms and Republicans take control of the House, this committee and this investigation and the answers we seek will be gone. They will just go away because the Republican Party is so complicit in what took place, they will obstruct the justice that we seek because they are in it to win it in 2024. If whoever the candidate is loses, they will try again to overthrow the country, to overturn that election. Mark my words. What do you think, though? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. Thank you all for your voicemails and emails and communications. It means a lot. I appreciate it. I'm going to do I'm getting ready to record it for tomorrow. Some voicemails from West Virginians who were both happy and not happy about what I said about Joe Manchin. So I'm going to start doing more voicemail videos once we get a turnkey operation set up in DC when I move. Again, that's what's happening. Just reminding everybody, it's going to be a lot better. We're going to have more of a staff. It's going to be fantastic, and I appreciate all your support. Speaking of that, if you'd like to support my work, help produce my work, you can click the join button below this video, become a channel member for about $1.99 a month. You can become a producer of the show, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Both those are fantastic ways, along with buying merch and even just sharing the videos. Help support the channel. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.